Okay, just to follow a video from the Sony V10 tape deck. It is working now. The membrane keypad actually works pretty good. I mean, it's got nice large targets for you to hit with your fingers. There's a little bit of a feel to it. And an indicator light. I put the transformer in a box and put a lamp cord with a switch on it so it can be switched on and off. I've got the power cables nice and soldered and insulated in there, so this box can power the tape deck and the turntable. So while I did get the cables that go here and here, unfortunately I did not get this connector for the audio, so I've just sort of attached a connector temporarily. I could drill some holes and mount this here, but who knows, at some point in the future I might actually get the amplifier that goes with this, so I'll leave that in its original state for now. The other problem was the flaky meters on the tape deck, and that just sort of fixed itself. So one of the suggestions in the comments was clean this relay, which was a good suggestion. I ended up unplugging the heads to get to the relay. Let's see if it works, if the meter is pegged with the heads unplugged, and it wasn't, and I plugged it back in and it started working. So there may have been a loose connection in there or whatever, but basically the solution was unplugging and plugging in these wires again, and the deck started working. So we got everything powered up. Let's hook up that sync play cable and see what that does. So the tape deck is in record pause mode. We've got the sync play cable hooked up to the record player. Let's just see if it actually works. If that thing goes out of pause mode when I hit the start button. Yep, it did. So that guy started recording automatically. Cool, and let's see what happens when it stops. Does it stop the tape deck? Yep, the thing started flashing over there, and it stopped. So undoubtedly you can control your tape deck with the record player. We got a lot of stuff going on with the door here. First of all, this little thing over here is a plunger. Let's see if I can see that. That's a plunger over there, which was part of something that helped the door slowly open and close. And that would hook into this. I've super glued the pieces back on. You can see there's a little hole there in that piece that would connect into. The spring is forcing the whole thing out, and it would stick on these things right here. So this is the super glued thing hitting that stopper, which the trick is to remove this bracket here. That'll let you put on the door, then it will work. I don't have the spring on. We'll see when I attach the spring and put it back together how well the super glue holds up against the pressure of that spring. Destroyed. So while the tape deck is generally fixed now, it doesn't have a record level control. It doesn't, and it's got all these plastic problems. These things I could not glue back on. So the problem is if this opens too far, the tape could go too low and can't get past the heads. May just take this whole thing off, just take the door off and just make it an open face tape deck. But it's probably not really worth any more effort, but still a cool idea with these sort of membrane keypad. I've never really seen that before on a tape deck. That's about it, and
see you next time for another awesome video.
You don't need an act of Congress.
Okay, right.
Start the countdown now, you dummy.
Number 40. Men without hats are back. Pop goes the world.